Hello, today we're going to show you how to do a qualitative fit test with either Bitrex or saccharin, and we're going to do a quantitative fit test using the OHD QuantiFit. So to get started, we're going to start off with the qualitative fit testing, and I have kits for both doing qualitative fit testing with Bitrex and with saccharin solutions. And both of these procedures are done in similar manner. You have two different nebulizers. One is for doing the actual fit test itself, and another nebulizer is used for doing the sensitivity test. So in preparation of doing the test, what you have to do is fill each of these nebulizers with the solution that is supposed to go in each of them. So for here, we have, and I need a little box for propping up, I have the sensitivity solution for the Bitrex. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take the Bitrex solution that's for sensitivity testing and fill that in here to the line in which it says to fill to. And then I am going to carefully put on the lid to the nebulizer. The next thing I am going to do is I'm going to fill the solution for the actual fit test solution itself. Now, prior to all of this taking place, you will have been working with your employees to help them pick out a respirator that works for them. I've been working with my colleague Sean to find a respirator to work for him, and we have already gone through 2 different brands and 3 different sizes for him, trying to find a respirator that works. And so now we are hoping we have something that works for him, and before I test him with the respirator on, I'm going to make sure that he can actually taste the solution related to the fit test. So come back here, Sean. To do a qualitative fit test, we have a hood such as this. And so I'm going to prop the hood on my test subject, Sean. I am going to make sure that there is plenty of room. You can tighten the string around the person's head, and I'm going to move you forward just a little bit. Before you do the actual test, I make sure I have a printout of all the steps of the test. I have a printout that's laminated of the rainbow passage in a font that's large enough for the people that we are testing to be able to read. And I also have printed out a qualitative fit test record for the participants that has their name, it has their ID number, the day that it happened, the manufacturer, model, and size of the respirator. We write what kind of test it was. I have included in here the steps of the test and the rainbow passage, and then a spot for both of us to sign that it was done in the manner it's supposed to. So to check to see if the individual is sensitive to the solution, you're going to start by putting the test solution. You want to test the solution before you start using it to make sure that a mist of the solution is coming out. You want to make sure that you're also using your entire fist to squeeze the bulb. And you're going to start off by having the person stand with their mouth slightly open and their tongue slightly out. And what we're going to do is one at a time, we are going to count the number of puffs it takes till he tastes the solution. 1, 2, 3. So he just tasted it. So what that means is we can stop there. So I'm going to remove the hood for him, and I'm going to tell him to don his respirator and get ready for the fit test. At this point, I would also offer him some water to drink to wash his mouth out so that he could get that bitter taste out of his mouth so that he doesn't taste it any further. And then I'd start getting ready for me to do the fit test. So that is me having this fit test solution. So just some things to keep in mind. If while doing a qualitative fit test, it takes less than 10 pumps for them to taste the solution, then you are going to do 10 pumps at the beginning, and then you are going to do 5 pumps every 30 seconds after that for the entire test. If it takes between 10 and less than 20 for them to be able to taste the solution, whether it's saccharin or Bitrex, you're going to do 20 pumps at the beginning of the test once they've donned the respirator, and then 10 pumps every 30 seconds for the entirety of the test. Then if it's between 20 and 30, you are going to do 30 pumps at the beginning and then 15 pumps every 30 seconds. However, if you get to 30 pumps and the person you are testing does not taste the solution, whether it's saccharin, banana oil, or Bitrex, then they are not able to be fit tested with that solution. That means they either are not able to taste it or smell it, and you want to try one of the other options. That's why it's always a good idea to have more than one variety. Yesterday I ate a mandarin orange, and then I was going to go do the fit testing, and I wanted to check to see whether or not the solution you could smell it or taste it, and I was not able to taste it because I had just eaten right afterwards. So you can see that it's really important that before you do fit tests, people are not eating, drinking, or smoking prior to that test, and that they let you know if they already know that they can't taste certain elements. That is not the case with the quantitative fit testing though, and we'll show you that in just a minute. So come on over here, Sean. Now, once the employee dons the respirator, what is really important to do is to have the employee wear the respirator for about 5 minutes before you do the fit test. That is giving them time to get acclimated to the fit testing process. Then, are you ready to go?
Ready.
The respirator feel comfortable? All right, so we are going to put the hood back on, make sure that it is positioned appropriately. And so a couple of pointers when it comes to doing the fit test. What you want to make sure is when you are doing the fit test itself, you have both of these portions open, that you make sure that when you squeeze the pump, you can see a mist coming out. If you're doing a lot of fit testing, you will run out eventually, so sometimes you have to fill it back up again. And then there's always a small hole in the hood at which you're using. So you want to make sure you turn the nozzle and you take turns misting in either direction and not pointing it directly to his face. One of the reasons why you don't want to do that is you don't want it to go directly into the respirator itself, but you want it to be an aerosolized mist inside the hood. So because he tasted it after only 3 pumps, I am going to start with 10 pumps at the beginning. I am going to go over with him in the beginning that he's going to go through normal breathing, deep breathing, head side to side, head up and down, reading of the rainbow passage, bending over at the waist, normal breathing, and then we'll do a final check for face comfort. At this time, you can either have a stopwatch, and we're going to use my watch, or you can use your phone with a stopwatch, but you need some mechanism to track the time. Are you ready to be fit tested?
Ready.
All right, so here we go. You are going to do normal breathing for the next 60 seconds, and I'm going to count my pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to wait for the first minute to pass, and then every 30 seconds I'm going to do an additional 5 pumps into the hood of the mask. The whole time I'm going to be coaching him to be doing the activity he's supposed to be doing, while also checking in with him to see if he can taste or smell any of the agents we are using. So next, when we get to 60 seconds, he is going to begin another 60 seconds of deep breathing. So are you ready for the next activity, Sean?
Ready.
All right, it starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So while he's doing deep breathing, I'm going to slowly, every 30 seconds, add 5 more pumps into the hood. I am also going to coach him on a couple items. I'm going to want to make sure that while he's deep breathing, he's not deep breathing so fast or hard that he ends up getting lightheaded or wants to pass out. I am also going to be checking to make sure that he is still comfortable and he is not experiencing any signs. Some of the things we see when we do fit testing is that individuals can find out that they are actually claustrophobic when they're wearing a hood over their head. We also sometimes find that employees can start noticing that the respirator is not comfortable or does not fit well and get anxious and want to pull it off. So this is where you want to constantly be checking in with them to make sure that they are okay. All right, so we are almost done the deep breathing. So now it is time for him to be doing the head to side. So we're gonna start that, and I'm gonna include more. So he should be able to do that while I'm continuing to pump. And so he's gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep track of the time. So each of these fit tests takes a solid 7 minutes to conduct. So if you're scheduling the number of people that you're going to be doing a fit test for, you're going to have to schedule an appropriate amount of time for you to be able to get through all of the fit tests. That means I say recommend about 30 minutes for each individual that you're going to be fit testing, unless you have multiple kits and you're able to fit test more than one person at the same time. That said, I really strongly recommend against that initially when you first get started, because this is a very personal process for the individual and they may want to have the privacy to do it on a one-on-one basis. All right, now you're going to do your head up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. This whole time, what we're doing is we're trying to challenge the mask to make sure that he has a good fit with the respirator the entire time that he is wearing it. All right, we're at 3 minutes and 25 seconds into the fit test, and I am ready to add some more. Solution, 3, 4, 5. All right, you're doing great, Sean. The next activity you are going to be doing is you're going to be reading the Rainbow Passage. So the Rainbow Passage was developed in a method to use all the different facial expressions. The words will make you use all the different facial expressions that could potentially crack the seal of the respirator. So it is time, and you can start reading.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act like a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of bright light into many beautiful colors. These take the shape of a long round arch with its path high above and its 2 ends apparently beyond the horizon. There is, according to legend, a boiling pot of gold at the end. People look, but no one ever finds it. When a man looks for something beyond reach, his friends say he is looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
All right, thank you, Sean. It's time for a little more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so in 15 seconds, you're going to be bending over at the waist, and that is going to see if the mask has slippage when you're bending over. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still doing okay?
Yep, I'm good.
All right. So then, after he would be bending over at the waist for 60 seconds, the final step in the fit testing process would be to do normal breathing. So we are at the time for normal breathing. So we're going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to be constantly checking in with him, making sure he's doing okay. All right. And And then at the end of that 60 seconds, your clock should be coming up on 7 minutes for the fit test to take place. And at that time, you can check in with them and say, how does it feel? You feeling good? Did you taste anything?
Nope.
Nope. All right. So we can take the hood off. And then he has the opportunity that he can take the respirator off. So thank you, Sean. Just a couple things to do and make sure you're aware of after that's over. If you're going to be reusing the hood, you want to sanitize that before you put that on someone else. And you also want to then spend the time to show the employees how they can wash their respirators.